Hello, wonderful people. How are you today? I hope you're well. Welcome to Learn English with British Harry. My name is Harry, and today we are going to look at some upper intermediate level jokes. If you can understand these jokes, then your English is excellent. I will repeat each joke twice and give you a bit of time to see if you understand the joke, and then explain the joke in more detail, which will make the joke even more funny. So let's start with joke number 1, the mirror factory. I went for a job interview at a mirror factory. I could really see myself working there. I went for a job interview at a mirror factory. I could really see myself working there. Do you get it? I can hear the wind rustling. So the phrase see myself doing something is an idiom to express that you can imagine or picture yourself. You can see yourself doing that activity in the future. For example, you could see yourself being successful. You can see yourself speaking English at a native level. So in this joke, the speaker applies for the job at a mirror factory. And because mirrors reflect your image, the phrase takes on a literal meaning. You can literally see your reflection. It's something which is true and something that is real. So this joke is funny because it combines the figurative and literal meanings of see myself. So you can imagine yourself and you can actually see yourself in the mirror. So this joke is absolutely hilarious, and explaining it makes it even more funny. Joke number 2, the graveyard queue. I ran past the graveyard and it looked so crowded. People must be dying to get in. I ran past the graveyard and it looked so crowded. People must be dying to get in. Do you get it? So the phrase dying to do something, this means that you're really excited to do something. And here it's combined with a graveyard. So a graveyard is where people are buried, and you enter to visit the graves of these people that have passed away. So the joke plays on the double meaning of it's crowded because many people want to enter, but it's also full of people that have already died. So it's a bit unexpected and funny, and a lot of jokes either have double meanings or contain things or elements that you don't expect. So this joke is very funny. Number 3, negative numbers. A mathematician was afraid of negative numbers. He would stop at nothing to avoid them. A mathematician was afraid of negative numbers. He would stop at nothing to avoid them. Do you get it? So to stop at nothing means to be very determined to do something regardless of the obstacles. So for example, to improve your English, you will stop at nothing. You will overcome all of the obstacles in your life. If that's lack of time or lack of energy, you will still overcome these difficult things. And nothing also means 0. So negative numbers are less than 0. So the mathematician stops at nothing to avoid going below zero. So it mixes the literal meaning and the idiomatic meaning together to create a clever pun. So a pun is a joke that uses a word or phrase with two meanings or two similar sounding words to be funny. Number 4, broken arm places. I broke my arm in 2 places. The doctor said, stop going to those places. I broke my arm in 2 places. The doctor said, stop going to those places. Do you get it? It's really funny, and we will see why here. So when someone says they broke their arm in 2 places, you're thinking that, okay, they broke it in 2 spots. And the doctor here says places, meaning physical places or locations like a shop or a supermarket or a cinema. So the joke is really, really funny because there's a misunderstanding and you have word play with the word places. So word play is really funny because words can have double meanings and it can make the joke really funny. Joke number 5. You're doing a great job so far. This one is called emotional baggage. I told my suitcase we aren't going on holiday. Now I'm dealing with emotional baggage. I told my suitcase we aren't going on holiday. Now I'm dealing with emotional baggage. So I said it twice there so you can feel how funny this joke is. So emotional baggage refers to unresolved feelings or problems from past experiences. So unresolved means that those feelings are still there. So the joke plays with the double meaning of baggage. You can have emotional issues, so you can have emotional baggage, or you can have actual luggage. So now the suitcase is imagined to be sad about not being used, and the person has to deal with the emotional baggage because the suitcase is very emotional. So it's an extremely funny joke. Joke number 6, food coloring. I swallowed some food. The doctor said, I'm fine, but I feel like I've died a little inside. I swallowed some food coloring. The doctor said, I'm fine, but I feel like I've died a little inside. Do you get it? Well, the phrase died a little inside means feeling emotional pain or disappointment. So, for example, you could have failed an exam and you felt like you died on the inside. It can also be used to show embarrassment. You could be watching a performance and it's really bad, or a really bad movie, and you feel like you're dying on the inside because you are getting smaller and smaller. So die and die are pronounced the same. So die means to change color. So the joke connects the two ideas of swallowing food dye, and this changes the inside color of your body. Here, the person has literally died, so the inside of his body has changed color because of the food coloring, and figuratively died in that he felt sad. So explaining it again makes the joke even more hilarious. Number 7, lost in translation. I told my mate I was feeling a bit under the weather, and he asked if I needed an umbrella. I told my mate I was feeling a bit under the weather, and he asked if I needed an umbrella. Do you get it? Well done. So, under the weather is a common British idiom meaning feeling unwell or sick. If someone asks you, how are you feeling? You could say, I'm feeling a bit under the weather today. So you're not feeling your best, you're feeling a bit sick. So here his friend is trying to be a bit funny and saying that he is underneath the weather and he needs an umbrella to help him. So here we're using an idiom in a funny way to make this joke really funny. Joke number 8, job interview. At my job interview, they asked if I had any experience with spreadsheets. I said, absolutely, I excel at them. At my job interview, they asked if I had any experience with spreadsheets. I said, absolutely, I excel at them. Do you get it? So this joke is extremely funny because we have the double meaning of the word excel. So to excel at something means to be very good at something. For example, she excels at languages means that she's highly skilled in languages. You can excel in your career or your hobby. So in the comments below, let me know, what do you excel at? Maybe if it could be a particular hobby or a personal trait. Do you excel at handling stress or working hard? And also Excel is the name of the Microsoft program, the spreadsheet program, Excel. So here we're using some wordplay. We're playing with the word excel, and this makes the joke incredibly funny. Joke number 9, time flies. Time flies like an arrow, fruit flies like a banana. Time flies like an arrow, fruit flies like a banana. Do you get it? So here we have a pun. So a pun is when you play with the word that has two different meanings. So we have the word flies. So time flies like an arrow. This means that time passes very quickly and directly. Then we have fruit flies like a banana. So this switches the meaning to talk about the fruit flies, the tiny flies, the insects, and they are attracted to bananas. So this joke is really funny because it has a double meaning and it shifts the meaning. So time flies like an arrow and fruit flies like a banana. So they don't fly like an actual banana, but they like eating the banana, and this makes the joke incredibly humorous. Joke number 10, tea disaster. I made a cup of tea so weak, even the tea bag was asking for a stronger brew. I made a cup of tea so weak, even the tea bag was asking for a stronger brew. Do you get it? In Britain, tea is traditionally strong and well brewed. You have a teapot, and you can put the tea bag into the teapot to make a stronger brew. This means to make the tea taste strong. And weak tea is very watery and it doesn't taste nice. It tastes like dishwater. So you really want to leave the tea bags in the water for a long time to get the taste of the tea. So the joke personifies the tea bag as if it was disappointed with the weak tea it made, which is funny because tea bags don't have any feelings, and it's a light-hearted poke at British culture. So this joke is extremely funny because it looks at British culture and talks about tea bags. Now I have a bonus joke for you. This is an advanced level joke. Let's see if you get it. I told my boss I needed a raise because 3 companies were after me. He asked, which ones? I said, gas, electricity, and water. I told my boss I needed a raise because 3 companies were after me. He asked, which ones? I said, gas, electricity, and water. Do you get it? It's really funny, and we'll look at why now. So the joke plays on the phrase, 3 companies are after me. So we have the meaning of the companies which are after him. So they want to recruit him. And this can be, another word for this can be headhunting. So they've found him and they want him to join their company. And sometimes it can be a typical reason to ask for a raise, because if your current job doesn't give you a raise, you have other offers. You can go to another company. It shows that you are highly valued, that you are an asset. And if your current company doesn't give you a raise, give you more money, then you can go to another job. And here the actual meaning, so the 3 companies are utility providers, and these are gas, electricity, and water. And they're after the speaker for unpaid bills. So this joke is really clever because we have some misdirection here. So the boss thinks that his employee is in high demand, but the person is actually financially struggling. He's in a difficult place because he has all of these companies asking him to pay the bills. So this joke is extremely funny. Let me know in the comments below how many of these jokes did you understand. If you have any other jokes, please feel free to share. Remember, I have created a brilliant ebook for you. It contains 200 everyday phrasal verbs. It contains pictures, descriptions, quizzes, conversations. And wait, there's a 1-hour bonus English video where I go through the book with you. It has so much value, and you can start to use these phrasal verbs in your everyday life to really improve your English. To download this fantastic ebook, go to my website, britishharry.com, or you will find the link in my description below. I have also created a free ebook for you. It contains 5 brilliant ways to improve your English straight away, and you will also find that link in my description below. I hope you found this lesson incredibly funny, and I hope to see you in the next lesson. Thank you so much. Have a lovely day, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.